Hey, welcome back to Tammy's Beauty Tutorials. I know it's been a while. I haven't actually sat down and recorded a video for a while. I have done a couple of lives, but I think it's been like 2 weeks since I actually recorded a video, and I am so sorry. So today we are just going to, I'm just going to put some makeup on my face. I got some new products that I wanted to try, and I just kind of wanted to update you and kind of tell you what's been going on and, talk about some new products, just kind of that kind of thing. So let's get into it and start, because otherwise this is going to be a long video. So let's get into it. Right, so I'm going to take my glasses off, put my bangs back, and, just kind of get into it. There's just been a lot going on. I'm so sorry I haven't recorded. I mean, hopefully, kind of telling you what's been going on. I mean, I'm sure some of you don't care. Some of you maybe care. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully, maybe some of you, I don't know. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. So, I don't even know how to start. I'm kind of nervous now. So about a month ago, I guess, this is going to be TMI, so anybody that gets grossed out probably should not watch this, because it is TMI, so I'm sorry now, and I apologize, TMI. But there's no else way to explain it. So yeah, so bear with me. Anyway, so about a month ago I was starting to I had like some personal issues with, like, how to discharge from my right boob. There's just no easy way to say that. And so I already had my yearly coming up, and I'm also in my 40s, so I also was ready for another mammogram. It was 2 years since my last mammogram, so I knew I was due. So I went in for my yearly, and I told him that how I was having some discharge, and it was also kind of bloody. And right away she was like super freaked out. And then that freaked me out. She actually pretty much made it sound like I had cancer. And so she said I needed to go see a specialist. And they drew my blood, told me that the specialist would call me, and also set me up with a mammogram and a sonogram, and they would all call me, and that was it. And I was like, really didn't give me a ton of information, just pretty much made me feel like I had cancer and sent me on my way. And so I cried for 2 days, freaking out that I had cancer, and nobody gave me any information. And so that was really, and I really didn't talk to anybody because I didn't have any information, so I didn't know anything, So I spent 2 days crying, like sobbing, And so then the doctor called me, told me that they sent an order in for the sonogram and that they would be calling me, and the ultrasound. So then they called me, set that up, went to that. Okay. And this is in like a span of like a week, 2 weeks from the first doctor's appointment. So it wasn't like overnight. So, Anyway, so I went, and, and I tried to convince myself that it was like just an infection and that it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm trying to calm myself down because, like, the first doctor really freaked me out. And she really did make me feel like it was that I had cancer. And yeah, so I did get the Jaclyn Hill new set and prep stuff, and so to cheer myself up. And you know I love her. But anyway, that's just a side note. And then so anyway, so then I went in for the doctor's for the mammogram and for the ultrasound. Did the mammogram. They took a ton of pictures, like more than they normally do. And the mammogram lady technician was like, well, we're gonna have the radiologist look, and then go to this room and wait, and we'll see if you need to get the sonogram. And I was like, okay, so there's a chance that I won't have to have it. Great. And then she comes back, nope, you definitely need it. And I'm like, great. So I kind of start freaking out. And then I go into the room for the sonogram, and she comes in and, you know, laying there, and she starts measuring stuff right away and doesn't say anything. Just silence, and starts measuring things that she sees. So I might start freaking out even more. Like, they could like do a lot better poker face. Like, I'm like freaking out. And she just like the way they're looking at me. And then she's like, okay, I gotta go get the radiologist. They come back and they're like, okay, we found 2 areas of concern, and you need to come back for a biopsy. And they're like, well, and it could be cancerous, but it could maybe be benign. But, you know, the discharge, that is really, really concerning. And, you know, I start crying. Like, I'm in tears. Like, I'm fighting back tears. And they're like, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. You just told me that you found 2 areas of concern and that it could be potentially cancerous. Like, you know, I'm like beyond not okay. And I don't know what, like, why they're not used to people crying. To me, that's like a normal reaction to people, like, finding out, like, this could be potentially bad news. Anyway, so then they're like, okay, we're going to schedule a biopsy and blah, blah, blah. So then they put me in another room. Oh, and I had to, like, to go do hair after this. So, like, that just adds another layer. So I'm late for that. And I'm a hot mess. So then I, you know, go in for that appointment. And the lady, I've done her hair for a long time, but she doesn't talk a whole lot. She doesn't speak a lot of English. She's Hispanic. She's very sweet. And she also fell asleep while I was doing her hair, and I was so grateful because I'm standing there in tears. Like silent tears rolling down my face because I just found out that I had a biopsy. I'm standing there with tears rolling down my face, doing her hair. I mean, I was a hot mess. Hot mess. I mean, and if it would have been one of my clients that I talked to all the time, I mean, they would have been crying. We would have been crying. I don't know if I could have done hair. So, I mean, it was probably a good thing that it was her, because then I think it was a good thing that I went to do hair first, because if I would have went home, my kids were home, and I don't know if I could have faced them right after finding that out, because I didn't want to tell them anything since I didn't know anything. And so I think it was good to get that break, so that way I could go home and be fine. And so I had that, even though I was a hot mess at work. A hot mess. Oh my gosh. I can't, I'm so glad that I didn't see the security cameras or anything. I was a mess. Anyway, you know, so then I go for the biopsy. And, oh my gosh, and that is so painful. And they just, you know, slice and take 3 samples. And if anybody's ever had to have that, you know, yeah. So I go get that done. And I don't have cancer. So everything is fine. But I did have 2 cysts. And they did have to, it did come back that I did have to have them removed. And that, because since they were causing, you know, bleeding, that they wanted to remove them. And so that is where it was at. And so I had surgery on Wednesday this week. So the 19th I had surgery, a lumpectomy, to take the 2 cysts out that was causing my issue. And so, yeah. So I had a lumpectomy on Wednesday. But no cancer. No cancer. And that was like the big thing. I've never been so relieved. I was terrified. I mean, I cried for 2 weeks thinking that I could have that, you know, for my kids, for everything. And so Wednesday I went in for that. I did have to, Monday, I had to go get these like mag seed things put in so they could find the cyst. Oh, that was like an ordeal. Oh my gosh. Has anybody ever had to have that done? They're supposed to be able to find it, like we do it with a sonogram or whatever. Well, they couldn't do that, so they had to end up doing it with a mammogram. And mammograms are super painful, and so they have to like, be soft compressions. There's no such thing as a soft compression mammogram, and there's just not. It's just not. And if they say that, they're liars. And so you have these, like, your boob is compressed, and then they have these 2 big needles sticking out of your boob, and then they anchor them. Anyway, super painful. And then we got that in, and then I had surgery on Wednesday, and I'm doing good. I'm recovering, you know. So yeah. So that's kind of, I'm trying to find my eyebrow stuff. I got the new one from Anastasia, the brow pen. It was in my boxy jar. Ipsy. It was in Ipsy. You know. Anyway. So that's kind of like the big thing that's been going on. And that was part of the reason, you know, because there was one week where I was just so depressed that I couldn't film. And then, you know, and then I had to work and get all my clients caught up before I took weeks off work. So that was also part of why I haven't filmed. And so now I'm back to filming, and hopefully I will get a lot more stuff out. And this whole week I'm off, so I'm hoping I will get to film a little bit. And tonight I'm gonna go live, and hopefully I get this video up before I go live. We'll see. You know. And yeah, that's about. I'm trying to think. I mean, it was like it was a huge update, but it was all like medical stuff. I mean, it was like a lot. And I'm sorry if it was like TMI. Some of you probably didn't even want to hear all of that. Like I said, some of you probably don't even care. But I just felt like I needed to explain things. I know I kind of mentioned it in the live briefly, but I didn't go into detail or anything. And it was kind of like passing thoughts, or, you know. So I just wanted to explain more on here when I had more time to explain, you know. And yeah. But I am doing good after surgery. I'm pretty sore though. Pretty sore. That's why I'm not super dressed fancy right now. I'm wearing a t-shirt and not something really fancy. You know. I feel like that's doing pretty good. I mean, I did have surgery. I mean, I was pretty proud of myself for getting out of bed and everything. It's fun to get put on makeup. I haven't had makeup on since Tuesday. I went this long without makeup. Oh no. That is like, oh, that is bad. For me, I never go that long. I love makeup. I know some of you are like, what? I wear makeup pretty much. And not because I'm like, oh, I have to have makeup. I just really love putting makeup on. It's like relaxing. Like, it's like calming to me to put on makeup. So like, this is like therapy for me. I think I just needed to sit down and do this to relax. To unwind and put my makeup on. You know, other people have other ways to unwind and relax. Mine is makeup. I know. That sounds crazy to other people, but to me that makes perfect sense. You know, you can put on some music, watch a movie sometimes, put on your makeup. That is the best. And that was I used the Jaclyn Hill to set my under eyes. I used lilac and honey to set my under eyes. Oh, so good. And now I'm using her lavender powder to like do my under eyes. You know, to wipe away everything. Because I'm fair. And so like the lavender is really good for fair girls. I used the Fenty before and I really loved that. So I was really excited to use her lavender one. So I was really excited for that one. Okay. I'm going. Excuse me for yawning. I'm going to use, since I'm really not going anywhere or anything, I'm going to use, I just got this, the KKW Mrs. West palette. I love this. It's like, oh my gosh. I know a lot of people don't care for her, or they, you know, don't like the Kardashians or whatever, but her shadows are so good. And I've wanted this palette forever. Like, I don't know what it was about this palette that I was just like, oh, I gotta have it. But I was, yeah. I actually wanted the whole collection, but so I think they kind of like stopped making it for a while, but then I noticed that they got it on Ulta and I still had a gift card, and so I grabbed just the palette. Then they have blushes and a blush and a highlighter and a lippy. But I really wanted the palette. But it blends out so good. I'm going to have to get more of her shadows. And look how pigmented that is. Oh, so good. I'm just going to do like a really neutral. I mean, all I'm doing is, truthfully, I'm probably going to edit, take a nap. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just hanging out. I had surgery. I'm just super extra, wearing some makeup around the house. This would be a good time to binge watch things. So if anybody has any good shows for me to binge watch while I'm like resting and laid up, let me know in the comments. I had a few clients tell me once. They're like, oh, take it easy, don't do anything. Because I can't lift anything over like 10 pounds, and I can't use my right side at all. And there's like 3 days, well, 4 days this week that my kids are with their dad, which is so good. I'm so glad that they get to go there. But I miss them so much. My youngest one, I think he's a little worried about leaving me. I don't think he wanted to leave me this weekend. Because of everything, but I'm doing good. See how good that blends? Is this not like a beautiful palette? And I don't know if it's still not at Ulta. It might be. Check it out. If not, get some of her other ones. There are so many good makeup releases though. Oh my gosh. I didn't zoom you guys in as close since I was talking a whole bunch. I figured you guys didn't need to like a zoomed in moment. I'm just going to blend this out. I'm probably going to finish up most of my, like the under eye and eye mascara and all that off camera. Because otherwise this is going to be super long. So I'm going to go finish everything off camera, like under eye, and then I'll be back to finish up complexion. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, I am back. My eyes are done. I just used all the colors in that palette. So that would be easier to just say that than show you each one. And mascara, I used the Ico, this one. And eyeliner, I used this. I can't even say that. I got it in an Ipsy bag. Okay, so now let's bronze, contour, highlight, and blush. I am yawning. I should not be tired. I mean, I slept in today. I mean, oh my gosh. I'm like a lazy bum when I don't have to work. Is that not hilarious? I mean, I better not get used to sleeping in and, and take a nap. Because it'll only last for a little bit. I'm already so sore from my right arm from putting my makeup on. I'm just saying, oh my gosh. Who knew that like a lumpectomy was this painful? I'm just telling you, if anybody ever has that, it is painful. I'm a little sore. Not bad though. And to be unfair, I haven't taken my pain medicine. I don't like pain medicine. So I don't take it. I don't think it helps. So I don't take it. I know some of you are like, think that's great. I'm like, think I'm nuts now that I say that. I just don't like taking it. For one, it gives me migraines. And I don't need any help having a migraine. I get enough of those on my own. So I don't need something that's going to make my headaches worse. You know? So I think that's why I'm like, yay. Oh, after the anesthesia, oh, I was so lightheaded. Anybody else get lightheaded after that? Or am I weird? Oh, and then today, it's the first day I could shower. And then, you know, those stupid, like, things that they stick all over you? I kept finding those. Yeah, there's one on my back. Like, what? Why didn't they take those off before they woke me up? Like, it would have been nice. Like, why would you just leave those on you? Like, they can't help somebody out. Instead of, like, just leaving them on you. So weird. It's so weird. Oh, I need a blush brush. I got this new blush. I think it was an Ipsy. Those. Oh, I like it. I like it. Not bad. Not bad. I'm getting so fancy to sit at home. You know? At least I look. Okay, and then, not the right one. Okay, and then last thing I got from the Jaclyn Hill Set and Prep collection, I got the setting powder, and it's just translucent. I have loved this. And oh my gosh, her packaging is so good. And I also got a lippy. I got Krabby. And I have liked that. Actually, I have loved everything I've gotten from her. But you knew I was going to say that. I didn't get to try any of the lip liners from her yet, but I really want to. I've heard they're really, really good. This is crabby. I'm going to use that. Okay, now I'm going to use my setting spray. Take my bangs down. What do you guys think? Sorry, this was a long video. I'm sure it's super long because I talked a whole lot, and I hope that this kind of helped to update you on everything that's been going on. So sorry that I haven't uploaded in a while, but I hope you guys join me tonight for some lives tonight and tomorrow. And it was nice getting to talk to you guys and film again, and I will see you guys soon and see you guys next time. And that's all I have to say. See you soon. Bye.